Good afternoon to those who listen. It is October 31st, 2025, 2:54 p.m. And I am just seeing some news reports about judges saying that it is illegal for the government to stop the EBT food stamps, the SNAP benefits, and that they will have to choose one of two contingency plans for emergency funds to fund the all the food stamps so the 42 million Americans can all have their food. Now it says that they have to either partially or fully do it. So people might not get their full food stamps for the month. Um, Now I'm not sure about any of this, and this is where maybe you guys could help. Uh, the thing is the judge says that they have to have the decision by Monday. So there's other states that are trying to do this, take this into their own hands. The governor of Pennsylvania is saying that they're going to use their contingency funds to fund for November, starting tomorrow even. So the state of Pennsylvania, all the people will have their food stamps tomorrow. Well, depending on when you get them, because they're usually spaced out depending on your last name. But I'm kind of worried because I'm thinking about something. When these states decide to use the emergency funds, the government says they will not reimburse them for those funds. So what I'm thinking is, and I'm not sure about this, so this is where we got to figure this part out. But to me, it sounds like if they use these emergency funds, everyone will have their food stamps for the month of November, but they won't be reimbursed. So it sounds like in December, they're going to have the same problem again, but this time they won't have the funds because they would have already used them in November. And if the government shutdown continues, then they're not going to have those funds. So the states that use these emergency funds in November, they'll have the funds, for the people for November, but will they have the funds for December if the government is still shut down? So that's kind of a weird thing. I mean, nobody's talking about it. When he's saying, oh yeah, don't worry, we're going to use the contingency funds, and then all the people in the audiences are all clapping, yeah. But what if this winds up making things worse? All the states that decide to do this on their own, they'll have the funds to cover November, but if the government shutdown continues, they wouldn't have the funds for December. And, as long as it takes after that, I mean, if the government stays shut down for even longer, then there wouldn't be funds going into next year. I don't know. This is kind of weird. I'm not sure about it, but to me, it seems like this could be, just a short-term fix that winds up being even way worse if these states go independent on this, and then the government doesn't fund them. So what if some of these states, use the funds in November, everything's fine, in December, they don't get reimbursed. And then some states don't have the money, but maybe the states that didn't do the emergency funds don't have it for November, but then could get it back in December and late. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know how that would work. But to me, I don't know. This might be some kind of a weird, I don't even know what the word would be for this. A worse scenario where things get even worse, then there wouldn't be no funds at all after they use all the emergency funds. I don't know. But got to look into that. Maybe I'll try to research this more. But this is just like within the last hour and a half that they've been announcing this. It was supposedly a judge in Rhode Island, I think, or Massachusetts, one of the two, that said it was illegal for the government to not use the contingency funds. But again, that's just a 1 month thing. That's just a temporary thing. It doesn't solve the whole problem, for the future. Let me know what you guys think, and if you found out any other information on this, I think this could be something that might be a temporary fix and then something worse happens later. I don't know. It's possible. I don't know. Thanks for watching. God bless.